never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading.
Hey YouTubers, this is New Wave Experience. I'm Yolanda.
Oh, Terry.
So today we're going to talk to you guys about property management.
Right.
We have several rental properties, and we always get asked from people who are getting into the business whether or not they should use a property management company to manage their rental properties.
Right.
So we're going to go over a few questions that we get asked today. And if you have any questions,
Just leave it in the comments below, and we'll typically get right back to the question. So, first thing we're gonna start with is the pros and cons of having a property management company. So, what do you think some of your pros are?
pros, they would screen your tenants for you.
Yeah.
Collect your rent for you. Make sure it's collected in a timely fashion.
Yeah. They also deal with just your tenants overall. So they deal with your tenants as far as evictions concerned. They deal with your tenants as far as maintenance issues are concerned. Pretty much anything that has to do with the tenant, finding the tenant, getting rid of the tenant, rent cord, like stuff like that. So
They market your rental property.
Market your rental property. Yeah.
Once it's available, they market the property for you to find your next tenant.
Right. Some of the cons, I think, for me, some of the cons would be the money, the sharing the money.
Number one.
That's the number one con, maybe the only con. You do have to share the money with them. You're gonna give them anywhere from 8 to 12% of your monthly rental income. Like I say, that gets them to deal with everything that come with your tenants. Also, the other biggest expense is the first month rent. You want to explain that? The first month rent they get.
They get a portion of your first month's rent.
Right.
So it depends on the property management on how much money they'll take from your first month rent.
Right, but typically it just breaks down like you. So of course you pay a tenant pays your first month rent and a security deposit, and the property management company takes.
Sometimes they can take 50%.
Well, not in a percentage wise, but they take the first month rent. You get the security deposit, and the property management company takes the first month rent. So that's pretty much how it breaks down. As far as the cons, I really can't think of any other cons, because anything else they kind of got to go through you. If they find a tenant, you still have the kind of authority to approve the tenant.
Well, con would be, I did have one person I talked to one time. You would have to make sure that you pick a company that you know are going to stay on top of the tenants. Like, I had a person one time, they were like, the person wasn't collecting their rent.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the con of having the company itself, property management company itself. Yeah. I mean, of course, picking the right property management company is essential. But the con of, like, if you pick the right property management company, the con would be simply just
the money.
The money, yeah.
You gotta share your money.
You gotta share your money every single month, and some people say it's worth it, some people say it's not worth it. So I guess that just all depends on your personal preference as to what you want to do as a landlord. So that's kind of what it would boil down to. So, well, we kind of said all the things they do in that breakdown of the pros and cons. So I guess the next question would be, does the property management company have to be in your state? Does the property management company have to be in your state to manage your property? You know a little bit more about that, so I'm gonna let you answer that question.
So no, the property management company does not have to be in the same state as your rental property. What they'll do is they will have a portal that your client, that your tenant can pay the rent through to them.
Right.
And then they'll hire people within that state to do any maintenance issues that may occur with the property. So they don't necessarily have to be in the same state
Yeah, and
as
that's
your
something that's
rental
new to me because
property.
I didn't learn that until this year. With my wife being an agent, she was showing houses for property management companies that was like in Georgia, and I was like, wow, they way enjoy the management companies here in Maryland. So that kind of threw me off, and that's something that I actually learned this year that I didn't know. So that's something hopefully you guys might didn't know, and we sharing that information with you guys. That's something that you can learn. Another question would be if you, the landlord, are living out of state, will we recommend you getting a property management company? I would recommend you getting a property management company if you don't have the right team of people, if you're living out of state, because it's going to be really difficult for you to kind of deal with your tenants, different issues. If you got to go to rent court, every 6th of the month or whatever month it is in your state, day it is in your state where you can file for eviction, you will have to travel to that state to deal with that. And even if you have maintenance issues and stuff like that, like you got to go to the house, take care of your repair guys, pay them and stuff like that. So I would recommend, if you're living out of state and you do not have the proper team, that's the most important key, then you would get property management company. That's what my recommendations would be. How you feel about that?
Yes, definitely. If you are out of state, I would recommend a property management company because you need somebody to look after your property, attend to your tenants, and all that stuff. And like you said, going to rent court, filing paperwork, and then going back for the rent court and eviction, it would just be too much. So it would be best just to pay somebody to take care of that for you.
Right, absolutely. So what would be your next question?
Property management companies take between 8 to 12% of your monthly rental income.
Right.
Is it worth it if you lived out of state? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it worth it if you live in a state? For me, no.
Right.
Because
wait. So before you say the because part, hold on before that. So the 8 to 10%, just go ahead and round it to 10%, because just about all of them take 10%.
True.
I think as you increase more properties with them, then they might bring it down to like 8%. You can always negotiate anything. So you can try to negotiate with them and kind of get it down a little bit. But they running a business, so they do have people working for them sometimes and stuff like that. So 10% is the typical amount people charge. So even if you're looking to get into property management as a business of your own, it could be a good business because you're making 10% every single month of every property that a landlord has. And that's something else that we can kind of talk about. Like, it's not 10% like if you have 10 properties, you pay 10% per property. So every property you have to pay 10% now. So, or to 8 to 10%. So if your rent, you paying 10% of your rent, your monthly rent amount. Let's be kind of clear about that, right? So if your rent is $1,000, you paying $100 to the property management company. So if your rent is $2,000, you paying $200 to the property management company. So that's kind of pretty much how it breaks down, right? Maintenance issues and stuff like that are not included. Let's be clear about that. Maintenance issues, as far as they will call the maintenance person and make sure the toilet gets unclogged, the roof get fixed, but you have to pay for that expense on top of the property management fee, right? So you still have to cover whatever that cost is. When the maintenance man go there, they send a maintenance man there, and the maintenance man charges $200 to fix something, you have to pay that $200. So keep that in mind. You don't just get a free ride on everything because of your 10%. They just managing everything for you so you don't get phone calls. You'll still get the phone call from the property manager, but your phone call won't be as much because they'll intercept a lot of phone calls that tenants call you for the craziest, littlest things. So so that's pretty much how the 10% breaks down. That's pretty much kind of pretty much it, right? I mean, I'm forgetting something. It's probably a few little small things in there we might be forgetting, but that's just the basis of, like I said, it's just a basis, quick little tutorial on property management company so you can get your own idea on whether you need them.
Yeah.
Now, is it absolutely necessary to use a property management company, and do we use a property management company? So I'm gonna let you start with the absolutely.
Do we need a
Yeah.
property
So let's
management?
start with the do we use a property management company?
So
We do not
do not.
use a property management company, but we have different circumstances. So this is why we feel like it's not absolutely necessary to use a property management company. So I'll let you say some things first.
Do I feel like it's necessary? So my answer is in between. My answer is no, I don't feel like it's necessary. Like for our situation, we live in the same state as our rental properties. We can go downtown, handle our own paperwork. We have a team to handle our maintenance, so we never have to go to the houses unless it's a dire emergency.
Right.
But outside of that, we can just pick up the phone, call our team. They go handle what is going on at the house. We send them their payment, and it's over.
Yeah. So for me, I kind of am not saying in the middle. For me, mine is no. For us and our circumstances, we do not need. It's not necessary to have one because of our circumstances. But I say it depends on your circumstances. Our circumstances, we've been in the business for a long time, and we have been through several teammates, just getting the right team. We just so happen that this time have the right team of people. We have the right maintenance guy. He's in the neighborhood. He takes care of all our properties. We have the right kind of like oversee foreman guy. He can handle just about anything that the daily maintenance guy can't handle. We have the right electrician, the right plumber, the right HVAC person. We have the right appliance person, which is stoves, refrigerators, stuff like that. We have 2-3 of all of these people, and we just pick the phone up just like a property management person is going to do. A property management person is not going to go to the house and fix it themselves. They're going to call somebody. Yeah. So we just pick up the phone and call them instead. And have the time with new technology and everything now, we just pay them over Cash App. They'd send us a picture of something that was repaired, and we just pay them over Cash App. We don't even really see them that often. As far as rent court go, we had a person that we was paying maybe like 20. How much we was paying?
I think it was like $25,
which was nothing a month to go drop our paperwork off at rent court. But she shut down our business, and we just didn't look for another person because it's only once a month to drop off the paperwork. It takes 5 minutes to literally walk in the building with your check in your hand and hand it to the cashier, and you leave back out the building. And then if you have to get eviction, the next thing is your court date, right?
Yes. So you go downtown, you file your paperwork.
Right.
They'll give you a court date to come back because the tenant failed to pay their rent.
Right.
So once you go to court and
wait a minute before that, don't get into detail about the whole go to court part. Just simply saying the next step is just simply to go to court.
Oh yeah, go to court.
So you just go to court, and then that's just an hour or two out your day once a month, right? So we was like not necessarily feeling like we had to deal with a whole nother like a property management company just for that one purpose, right? So we for us, we don't feel like we need a property management company.
But I say yes, you need one if you don't want to have any interaction with your tenants.
Yes, that's true.
I say yes if I lived in another state than our rental properties.
Right.
Those are the only reasons I would get a property management company if I don't want to have no interaction with
if you simply just do not want to, because we do get phone calls. So our tenant might call us and say, such and such broke. But then we just take that call and send it to the next person on the line, which is the maintenance man. But we also in the process of setting up a system where tenants can do their maintenance calls online. So they'll just email saying they have a maintenance issue, and then that issue gets forwarded directly to the maintenance person and us, right? And then the maintenance guy just go and take care of it. So it's different ways you can set it up where you still don't have to interact with the tenants, right? But to just think you're going to completely have no interaction with the tenants if you don't have a property management company is false. But to me, the balance is either you're going to get a phone call from the property management company sometimes, or you're going to get a phone call from the tenant sometimes. Either way, you're getting a phone call sometimes. So I don't think it's necessary to have a property management company, and you think it's kind of necessary.
Yeah,
right.
Depends on your situation.
That's the key words. It depends on your situation. So hope this helped you guys. With a little bit, I wouldn't cause too much confusion with the little, but no, but yes, but overall the bigger picture
Gave
is
you enough information to make your own decision.
Yeah, that's what this is about.
If you need a property management company.
Yeah, that's about you have to make that decision. But we just giving you the basis of what the property management company does for you, the pros and cons of it. That's what it kind of boiled down to. So, hopefully you guys liked the video. Hopefully it was informative enough for you to walk away with something that you didn't know. If you liked the video, leave a comment. If you didn't like the video, leave a comment. We always open for suggestions on what we can do to make the videos better for you guys, to be more informative for you guys. So, like I said, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.
And hit that bell.
Hit that bell.
Hit the bell.
Yeah, and we see y'all on the next video. All right, hope y'all enjoyed it. All right, we out. All right.
I never made it.